Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the use of functions with no arguments but with return value. So the syntax is, we start with in the data type section, there must be a return value here. So instead of void, we can use different data types such as integer, float, double, and so on. And then we have the function name, and then since it has no arguments, we have here an open and close parenthesis, then semicolon. So this is the function declaration or prototyping. When we call the function, we just use the function name followed by an open and close parenthesis. In the function definition section, again, we start with the data type, the data that we would like to return, the function name, open and close parenthesis, and we have here the body of the statement. So we have the statements that will be executed. But since this function here will return a value to the calling function, we will use here return and the value that it will be used to return the data. Okay, so let us simulate it with our program. So again, we're still computing compute for the simple interest. Okay. So interest. Let's now start with our codes here. So we need to prototype it. So since it is a function that returns a value, so here I'm going to use float, which is the data type followed by the name of the function. It's a simple interest, open and close parenthesis, then semicolon. Okay. So what does it mean that when we call the function and a function returns something back to the one who called it, it's expecting that the data type is in float. Okay. Next is let's write our code here. Declare variable float si for simple interest, and then let's use this simple interest is equals to simple interest. Okay, so this is calling, this is the function call. Okay, function call. Next is we need to see out the simple interest is, okay, and then we're going to pass here our cout. Okay, so as you can see, we stored the value of our function to ci. Since it will then in the function simple interest, it will compute for the simple interest, then the simple interest answer will be stored here in ci, and then we will display it here. Ci will hold the value that's being returned by the function that we created. Okay, so let's create now our function. Let's copy this one here, and then let's remove open and close curly brace. Okay, this one here. So let's declare our variables: float, principal, rate, and time. Then simple interest. Let's display. Let's prompt the user. Enter what? Principal, rate, and time. Okay. Then we input the value P, R, and then P. Now let's compute. Simple interest is equals to principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time, then divided by 100. Okay. And then return simple interest. Okay, so again, this section here will call for the function. So once the function is called, variables will be initialized. We will prompt the user to enter the principal, rate, and time. We will input, we will compute, and then after we compute, the value is stored here in si, and then once we encounter here return si, the value will be sent back to the function call here. So that's why we have here si is equals to simple interest. So si now holds the values here, and then this section will display out the value of our simple interest. Okay, so that's how this program works. Let's run our code. So we are prompted to enter the principal rate and time. So we have gone to this line, we have initialized, then we already called the function. Now it's prompting us to enter the principal rate and time. So that is, let's say, 6,003 and then 4. So after we have input the value, we will compute, enter. Then the computation will be stored here in SI. Then SI will be returned back to the main function. And then this line here is executed. Okay? So that is how we work with functions with no arguments but returns a value. Okay? So I hope you like the program. Thank you for watching. Bye.